Thanks for staying with us here at noon. We have Connor Hall and Brendan Queen here to talk about Hampton Heat. Really excited to talk about this happening on Saturday, and they're going to tell us more about this big event coming up. Guys, thank you for being here. Let's talk about this. What exactly is the Hampton Heat? What can people expect at this?
Yeah, you go first. Yeah, so the Hampton Heat is like our crown jewel event at Langley Speedway. It's the second leg of the Virginia Triple Crown, which is a 3-race series between South Boston, Langley here in Hampton, and then Martinsville, which will take place in the later part of September. And like I said, it's just huge car count. A lot of fans come out for this. It's the hottest race of the year usually, so the name is obviously synonymous with the weather that we'll receive.
Yeah, because it's going to be hot. But speaking of names, I understand there's going to be at least one big name there at the event on Saturday. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, having Dale Earnhardt Jr. there obviously sold the crowd out pretty quick.
Yeah,
so it's pretty cool, to have somebody like him come back and race at the grassroots level with us. It puts a lot of spotlight on what we're doing, and like Connor said, this is the biggest race of the season for Langley, and it's always a big field and a big crowd.
Fantastic. So we were talking during the commercial break about how long y'all have been doing this. Tell me a bit about your background in racing.
Yeah, so this is my, I believe, 9th full year in late models, and Brennan and I had a very similar path. Both grew up go-kart racing, then we switched to Legends cars, which is a pretty big class, honestly, throughout the nation. And then we both made the transition to late models. We both did a little bit of ARCA, and then now we're, he's obviously pursuing a career in the truck series, and I'm trying to find my way there.
Yeah, we've pretty much been racing together for like our whole life. Seems like.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the first time we met was at a birthday party. So,
yeah.
We were racing go-karts, and it's been kind of cool. We've gone up the ranks together and raced for a lot of wins together. So there was a time when we were just talking. We weren't racing for wins, so it's pretty cool to race for wins now.
So I have to ask you, I'm assuming there'll probably be some people that'll come out on Saturday. Maybe they haven't been to a race before. Like, what should you look out for? What should you expect there?
I think the #1 topic of discussion, as regards to the Hampton Heat, is always tire conservation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody, who does know racing or doesn't, obviously these tires have a lifespan.
Okay.
And essentially the racetrack is a cheese grater, and your tire is a block of cheese.
Okay.
And your right foot essentially is how hard you want to press against that cheese grater. And usually the guys who fare well at the end of the race were able to take care of the tires a little better in the earlier stages of the event. And then usually with about 50 laps to go, you kind of jockey the first 100, 150 laps, try to set up your best chess match / strategy.
Yes.
And then with 50 to go, it's usually kind of, everybody, you're seeing what everybody truly has.
Yeah. The strategy behind this just sounds so fascinating. For someone who's not as familiar with the racing scene, it's really cool to kind of hear the inner machinations and things to look out for if it's your first time.
Yeah, it's such a strategic race. And like you said, it's like a game of chess.
Yeah.
Probably the hardest part to explain to somebody that's never been there is, there'll be a guy that looks like something's wrong with his car. Essentially, he'll be running 15th or 20th, but you watch at the end of the race, he's probably the guy contending for the win. So
wow.
I've been known to drop back, and I think both of us were riding pretty hard last year. So it's hard to explain that to people. They just think, oh, you're not doing good or something, but it's all part of the plan. And it's like horse racing. You just kind of hang back, and when it's time to go, only one lap pays, and that's lap 200. So.
Lap 200, my goodness. The Hampton Heat is on Saturday, again, July 20th. It is sold out, as we mentioned, but this just sounds really cool. Guys, thank you so much for being here.